All right, and we are live.
Hello, hello.
Hi, everybody. I just managed to get my earbuds tangled up
Oh no.
just as we go live. There we go. Okay.
Um, those funny things always happen right at the wrong times, don't they?
Definitely.
How's everybody doing? Having a great day, we hope.
It's just been an amazingly unusual week so far.
Yes, it has.
All right. So today we're going to be talking about landing pages. We started last week talking about building your list, and we're kind of going to continue on that vein a little bit, at least for a couple of weeks, and talk about the different components you need to put together to build your list and be able to market to them on an ongoing basis. So if I can get my act together, I will share my screen and we can jump in. Ugh, this is just a crazy day. Alrighty. I'm going to go and click on here.
There we go.
All right. Woohoo.
Awesome, awesome. So, and if you're not familiar with us yet, I am Kim Nesbitt, and we have Sarita Custis, and we are Marketing with Friends. We help teach everyone how to market online and how to keep the internet friendly with tips and tricks and trainings. And so we are glad you're here, and you can find our website at marketingwithfriends.com. We look forward to meeting you. And like Sarita said, today we're going to be talking about simple but effective landing pages. And if you have no idea what a landing page is, or you have one but you're not sure what makes it effective, you are absolutely in the right place, and we are glad you are here.
Outstanding. All right. So I guess we can start off by talking about what the heck a landing page is. And a landing page is just a page that someone lands on after if they click on a link. Like if you create an ad and they click on that ad, the page they land on is the landing page. It sounds very basic because it is. A landing page has one goal, and that's to convert your visitor, meaning they're going to take one desired action that you want them to take. And that can be signing up for something, a newsletter, an ebook, a video, registering for like a webinar, or if you're doing a live event, they sign up for that. It can also be purchasing a product, but for the purposes of what we're talking about today, we're talking about getting that name and email address so that you can talk to them and build a relationship with them on an ongoing basis. Okay. Oops.
Yep.
Sorry, I clicked on the wrong
Oh, that's
spot.
okay.
There we go. I thought I turned these little animations off. Silly me.
That's okay. And you may have heard of a landing page by other names. There's several different names that it could be. There are squeeze page, capture page, splash page, and a sales page. Pretty much, though, your landing page is what you want them to do. If you're going to give them away something, this is where they're going to put their name and their email in. That's your landing page or your squeeze page. Do you want to explain exactly? Do you know why it's called a squeeze page?
Yeah, the term squeeze page came from a couple of internet marketers several years ago, were talking amongst themselves, and one of them, uh, I believe it might have been Alex Mondosian, but I'm not sure. But anyway, they were talking and they came up with the idea of putting up a page that had something on it that was so compelling that they were going to squeeze someone's name and email address right out of them because they had to get that thing. And that's why it was called a squeeze page. Capture page came along because really all you're doing is capturing their information, and really, um, and most for the most part, people use the term capture page when they're gathering more information. Like if you've ever seen those pages online for like an insurance company or something like that, where they want your name and email and the kind of car you drive and what your gas mileage is, things like that. That's usually they call those capture pages. There's really no difference. They're just getting enough information that they can use to market to you. And then a splash page um, really doesn't capture anything. It's kind of a bridge, and it's just a displayed page where you can click on a button to get to the squeeze page or to get to a sales page. And a sales page obviously is where you make sales. So generally speaking, you're going to want to send people to a capture page of some sort where you're gathering their information. Excuse me. I have to turn these off. And every landing page has some basic elements that all of you need to use. And we're going to talk about each one in depth. I just wanted to give you kind of what they are before we delve in. So you have your headline, and I'm sure you've seen them. The offer, whatever it is you're offering, and how you describe that offer, the call to action, and the page design, which seems like not a big deal, but it can make a huge difference in the results you get. All right.
So yeah, the first thing we're going to talk about is your headline. And obviously you have to have some type of a headline so people know if they're going to want to get the item that you're offering them. You want to make them want to find out more. It's like, I think we touched on this a little bit last week. When you get that email, and you read something and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to find out what is that. You want them to take some kind of click to get there. So you want to know what their pain is and how whatever it is you're offering might solve it, or ask a question or something that's going to pique their curiosity, that they're going to want to know more.
And some of the some helpful things that I've discovered in testing with headlines is the use of power words. And those are words like discover, revealed, instant, free is a huge one, zero, you, the word you or your, another huge one. If you can use free and you, those are ginormous and make a huge difference in capturing someone's attention and getting them engaged enough to see what the heck the message is about. Okay. And then your offer is really, it's just, what is it you're offering them in exchange for their information. And you can use bullet points, you can use video. In some instances, you don't have to use anything. If your headline and the product itself that you're giving away or the event is that compelling, you may not even need an offer. But in general, you may not need to describe your offer. Let me say that a different way. You always need an offer, but you may not need to describe it. Your headline may be sufficient. But if not, then you want to tap into their pain and let them know that you have the solution. You're the one who can help them, and give them the benefit of that they're going to receive by giving you their email address. And here curiosity plays a huge part because it's if they're not, if you're selling some software that helps them organize their tasks, for example, that's not exciting or compelling There's no curiosity involved. But if you can put a spin on it in such a way that they don't know exactly what they're going to get, but they know they really, really want it, that's where you want them to be.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right?
And the call to action. This is, you want to make sure that you're clear so people aren't confused about what you're asking them to do. Usually you want to have only one call to action. If you have too many things, with all of our really short attention spans, if you have too many things, people are going to go potentially, somewhere that you don't want them to go. So one offer should be to one landing page, and it should be very, very clear as to what you want them to do. Click here or access now. That would be your button. And then make your offer is clear. They know exactly not exactly what they're going to be getting, but that it's, you know how I'm trying to say this, like you're going to make them want to click on it, and it's going to be clear that when they click on that, they're going to get some type of an answer or some type of a freebie or something that's going to give them the answers that they want.
Yep. Okay. And when you design your landing pages, the number one rule, always, 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 always be consistent. You want your ad to your landing page, to your sales page, to the way your product looks. Everything should be congruent. And it doesn't have to be an exact copy, but you want same color schemes, the same style of fonts, the same imagery. You want it to be congruent so they don't click on an ad and go to something that looks completely different and say, I might have gone to the wrong place.
Well, I've
That would be
totally
bad.
had that. Yeah, I've totally had that happen to me where you think you're going one place and then you go and it looks so completely different. You're like, I
Yep.
have no idea what this is. And you click off
Yep.
and it just, you want it to make sense and look like it's the same thing as what they opted in to get.
Definitely. And then we talked about this a minute ago, using video to describe what it is you're offering and how it's going to benefit them. If you can use video on your landing page, I have never seen it not convert better.
Yeah.
I know that was a weird negative way to say that, but every time I've added video, it's improved conversion. So test your own, of course, but if you can use video on your landing pages, please do so. And then again, short landing pages, like what they don't have to scroll to do anything, are usually best. But test it in your market, the way you communicate with your audience. You might need a longer form, and that's okay. Just figure out what works best for you and your customers. Two-step opt-ins, which is you land on a page and it says click here to sign up now. There's no actual enter your name and your email address boxes on that page. They click the button and then they see the form where they enter their name and their email address in a little pop-up window. Those are really effective in the industries I've used them in. So test them on your test them with your market and see how they work for you. If they improve your conversions, great. Some of the theory behind them is there's less friction involved because when someone lands on a page, there's a button, but they don't have to give anything up. So there's no friction. They're a little more open. And it seems like not a big deal, but it seems to work. I don't know why. Just
Yeah.
does. And then links on your page. Okay. You need to have a link to your privacy policy and any terms like your disclaimer for income, affiliate disclosure, things like that in your terms and conditions. You need to have that on every page that you send someone to. Excuse me. But if you are sending someone to a landing page to opt in for something, it's best if you don't have any other links. You don't want to have like your header navigation bar or a sidebar or anything else that's going to distract them from taking the action you want them to take. You want them to go there and say, oh, I'm going to sign up or I'm going to leave. That's it. No other choices. There are some exceptions, and sometimes you might need to have, you might be building it in like your WordPress or something, and your header is still on there. And sometimes that's okay. But in general, you want to just get rid of anything that's going to distract them from taking the action you want them to take. Excuse me. I don't really know what much we can say about colors.
Yeah.
But they're really important.
They are, yeah, and the feel of the page. So the colors, is going to help your page feel one way or another way, and depending on what you're trying to offer, you might change your colors.
Definitely. I think that the important thing is to make sure that you're being consistent. In For some business owners, it's important that they match their branding, so all of their pages have the same color scheme, all of their products have the same color scheme. Everything they do follows the same color scheme. And then others don't do that, and they link things a different way. Like they might have a specific image on everything they do, or they might have a specialty font that they use on everything they do. So think about how you're going to maintain consistency in your branding, but also pay attention to what message you send with the colors that you use. And you can always refer back to here. We'll leave the replay up in our channel, and you can always come back and look and say, what do these colors mean? What kind of feelings do they generate in my audience? And do I really want to use that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whoops, I went too far. Sorry. You don't want to talk about images, do you?
Well, images, as we know, are important, and you definitely want to use images that are going to support your message. We talk a lot about branding, and we have this PowerPoint branded with our faces. I mean, that's so people can easily recognize us, and your images that you use on your landing pages are going to be important too, and that they support your message. If you're offering an ebook on Facebook advertising or something, you're not going to use, horses out. It's got to be something, again, that's congruent. So you're going to show maybe a picture of the ebook that they're going to be getting. And then again, keeping your page clean and not confusing, not jumbled up with a lot of stuff, no distractions. And then, so that you can make sure that people are looking at what you want them to look at, that you're not distracting them.
All right. We have made it.
That was a quick landing page 101, but
Yes.
hopefully that answered some of your questions. And it doesn't have to be complicated. It can sound complicated, but it really doesn't. It really isn't complicated.
I think one of the big problems is we tend to make things more complicated than they really are, and then we get overwhelmed, and then we don't do anything.
Right.
So if we just keep it simple and say, I need this one thing and do this one thing, get it done, and then move on from there, I think life is so much easier.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. I'm not seeing any questions in the chat box.
Okay.
So, oops. So we would like to invite you to connect with us. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm yawning. Oh my goodness. Okay. First, we have a Facebook group that you can join just for being part of our community. And that, amazingly enough, is our link is marketingwithfriends.com/community. And that's a place where you can go and interact with people, connect, chat, ask questions, help other people out. Um, Let us know what you need so we can train you on things that you're interested in learning, things like that. Um, and then the second link up there on the screen is our Facebook page. And you can get that at marketingwithfriends.com/FB for Facebook. And that is a place where we share tips and um, articles and things like that. The difference between the two is in the community, you can get specific help with what you need help with, um, more detailed, more in depth how to. On our page, we share helpful hints, tips, things that for anybody in the whole world can look at, and interesting information that we find from other sources as well. So it's not as personal to you or to people in our community. All right.
And then we are on our way at 6 o'clock, or let's see, 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock my time out here on the West Coast, to a live training where tonight they're going to be talking about how to create content that demands attention. And that is something, if you're in business, you want to have more attention. It's going to be quickly gain rock solid credibility, supercharge engagement and social shares, and watch your list explode with high quality, ready to buy leads. That sounds pretty exciting. We are going to be there. And if you'd like to join us, you can go to our Facebook page. We do have the link on there, or you can go to marketingwithfriends.com/weekly webinar. And that is going to happen tonight again. It's going to be at 9 o'clock Eastern. And we would love to see you over there. Again, if you have any questions, pop over to our Facebook page. Feel free to ask us. And thanks for joining us tonight.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Take care. We'll see you later, and we will see you out and about in the social world. Thanks.
Good night.
Bye-bye.